I'm pretty sure we've all been on YouTube within the past 2 weeks as you're watching the vid, which is surprising. Thank you for watching. It's really appreciated. But you you've been on YouTube. You've probably seen a videos. I should say it's a series now. From a channel called Cut. Most of us know what Cut is. It's a channel where they do series videos like the lineups or I think that's Jubilee. They do the button. The button is shoot. Well, I'll play a clip on how the button explains itself and how the game works. It's a speed dating game, and then I'll explain to you what me as a viewer, 16-year-old, because I can't add much input. I'm not even legally of age, so yeah, I can't have much input. But I'll have the button explain how itself works, and then I'll explain to you how a viewer like me may see it, or how most viewers see it. And there's going to be a slight differences. Okay, let's check it out. Roll a clip.
Welcome to The Button, a speed dating show. When the button lights up red, either player may press it and swap out their date for a new person.
Get out of here.
If two people can last on a date for 10 minutes, they win an all-expenses-paid second date.
All right, you watch the clip. Bun explains it. If you want to recap because you weren't listening or you're a little slow, it's okay. I am too sometimes.
Pretty much, you have 10 minutes with another person at a table, and a button is in the middle. If you don't like that person, or if they don't like you, that button can turn up red, and second it turns up red, you can press the button, or they can press the button, and boom, you're gone or they're gone, and they get switched out with another person. You stay, if you both, you and the other person, can stay there for 10 minutes, which YouTube dating shows, speed dating shows to be exact, is actually some good time. You can make up some good time, some good ground in 10 minutes. You can strike a good conversation within 10 minutes.
All expensive paid. All expensive paid. I can't speak. This is not going to be a known note in my mind. An all expenses paid second date. Right? What a viewer like me sees it as, you basically have 10 minutes, yeah, to get a second date. But in reality, one of you is gonna give each other a minute to try to give out any kind of good green flags before they feel that they should slam the button with the most
hardest pimp slap you could think of.
And if you do stay there, after about a couple minutes, the button will release some weird like intrusive thoughts. For example, a couple episodes. I think somewhere in like the latest ones, not the latest one, but one of the latest recent ones, someone's fear was that the dick ain't gonna work. Their sperm isn't gonna be good enough to impregnate a female. Which, okay, for a male, it is a credible fear. I am a male. If my penis didn't start working, I'd be sad too. But a grown man does, he can have those fears, right? The button will say, I don't know what kind of survey they take behind the scenes, but the button will release such secrets in the middle of a game. And it's like, you could quite literally, that's something you should probably save for like a second to third date, maybe when you're together, and you like have like your goals and what you two as a couple want to really accomplish or want to really get by, You didn't say that on the first date, I don't think, at least. I'm pretty sure you should do that on the second or third date. It's a little odd. Like, if I was a female and I just heard a dude say, yeah, one of my greatest fears is that my sperm isn't going to be good enough. If you know what I mean, ma'am. My dick ain't going to work. Like, if that's your greatest fear, if I'm a female and I hear that as your fear, I'm gonna think twice about the entire date or how I think of you. It's definitely gonna change some perspective, perspective how I see you. But I'm not the female. I'm not him. I can't say or speak upon them. But the button will say something out of pocket, and you will definitely pay for it if you say something or put something down on some kind of server in the back. Cause that's what I think they do. You would definitely pay the price if you put something weird down. So like if you were to go on the button and they put you in that survey and put you in like a little survey and they make you like answer like weird, odd, specific questions, like your greatest fear, put down your greatest fear. But if it's a weird one that is not common, if it's unorthodox, I want to put like a different one down. Just so you can be truthful later on in the relationship. It's only the first date. You're not first impressions. Make good first impression. You get closer. All right. Slam button. First minute. Any green flags that show up, cool. You can stay on for longer than a minute. If they don't feel interested, they ain't feeling it. They don't even give you a chance. Then they're pressing that red button. You're getting packed up, right? Even for the smallest inconveniences. Now, there are actually good humans on the show. Okay, don't get me wrong. There are people who generally do good. And that's good, but there's a lot of bad people, right? There's people that skip out throughout the entire show, and there's no matches, which is what usually happens. You don't usually get a match throughout the entire show. There's only a couple episodes I've actually watched that have matches. The ones I can remember off the top of my head as I'm recording. I think the very first episode I recorded were a brother and this one white girl, which congratulations to them for getting that second date. They seem to click really well. They may have just done it just to hook up, but who cares? It's love is love. Who am I to judge? The most recent one, a brother and a sister, both won it. Love to see it, right? But to show you how prevalent that first minute thing is, I'm gonna show you a clip of the most recent one, and I'm gonna show you how two of the things apply. The girl and or the dude is not a bad person by any means. It's actually, the girl who presses the button later on doesn't feel good about herself because, who would? You're rejecting people right in front of their faces. And it's not like one of the blindfolded ones, which are even worse. I'm about to do a video on that. But, actually feels some good, like, dang, this show's kind of bad. And then she gives herself up and lets the other person go in. So it's a pretty nice feeling to know that there's some kind of human inside of people. So yeah, I'll play that clip right now.
Yeah.
Bonko?
Yes.
I'm Sophia. Where are you from?
I'm from Bulgaria originally.
Damn, Bonko's ripped.
I love to work out. Do you work out?
Yeah.
How many times a week?
Probably not as much as you.
What's your favorite exercise in the gym?
A lot of cardio and then...
A lot of cardio? What's your favorite cardio machine?
I guess just the treadmill.
The treadmill?
Yeah.
You do incline treadmill?
When they tell me to do. What's your favorite?
Right now.
I'm so sorry.
Why did you reject me?
I think maybe you work out too much for me.
I think you don't work out enough.
Okay.
You two would have been a cute couple.
All right, you're back. What's up? Yeah, you can still see what I'm talking about. They gave you it realistically gives you a couple minutes to try to, put some game on. Use the power of Riz and see if you can stay in for more than 10 minutes. But yeah, first date, my boy is ripped. He is out here looking like an anime protagonist after a glow up. He don't even got. Hold on, I don't even think he got hair anymore. My man's just even bald. He has the muscle. He has no hair. My man's could be Saitama. But then the disinterest happens, any kind of disinterest, which is okay, the gym, some people are not as active to the gym. That is including me. I probably should, but not as active to the gym, or they don't go as much as the other person will go in relation to him. So therefore, it is somewhat of a valid reason to let go. But there are way dumber reasons that people have pressed the button and have gotten packed up. It's tough, But at the end of the clip, the button makes that you guys would have been a cute couple, and I cut it off. That was my fault. I could have just left the whole clip in there. I'm too lazy to do all that editing to leave it in there. It's very little editing, but I'm too lazy. But she just chuckles and laughs awkwardly because the button, as always, has to put its little input. You guys would have been such a cute couple. Aw, man, what did you not think of him? Why did you think of him as a good person? And it's like, button. It sounds as if someone my age is behind the button. Like, why did you have to add that little input? You could have been could have just asked a normal question, why did you reject him? Or why did you press the button? Boom. You know, that's all you have to say. You don't got to put any extra input, any weird secrets or stories. You don't got to do that. But it's highly necessary, you know. There is some times where I feel bad for the button for sitting there having to listen to two awkward people rizz up each other. You know, I am awkward, but me hearing other people like me have to rizz up each other, or let me stop saying rizz up because it might get annoying. Having to talk and spit names for each other does get confusing and does get somewhat cringeworthy and awkward. You get secondhand embarrassment. So therefore, yeah, button, I feel bad for you in those times. Other times that aren't those, you gotta relax, man. Like, you gotta really relax. No one wants to, like, they're like, bye-bye. Oh, you didn't like his big, ripped daddy muscles? Like,
Hello, it's editing Trill here. I'm so sorry you had to hear me say such words at my mouth. Uh, just excuse it, please. It was a really tough time this morning doing that. I don't know why I thought it was okay to say. I'm not gonna say it.
like, come on. Bunny could have definitely said that. And I don't think I would want to stay for that. I won't even make this video for it. That's how uncomfortable the button will make a viewer based off the second, these little offhand comments it makes. It's definitely it's off-putting. The second day I want to show you as, it's not quick and over with like how the first day was. And I just want to declare I am only talking about the most recent episode of the recording, which is 3 days ago, most recent one. Not talking about every other one because I can't speak for every single episode because I've not simply watched every single episode. So I will not judge too heavily. Actually, I lied right there. I still will judge on the show. It's kind of the entire point of this video. But I'm not going to say that this one episode alone speaks for the entirety of the show because it doesn't. It's actually quite different because there's actually a match at the end, unlike a lot of other episodes when they just don't ever match with people. So it's quite different. But in around the 30-minute mark of the video, around that kind of time period, we have a new set after the first girl, goes through two guys, pause, I like that, and then she feels bad and she's like, I can't do this, and she leaves. W, right? We get Celeste and Xavier. Celeste and Xavier start talking. Both are edgy. We need those, okay? Both don't mind cosplaying Comic-Con. That's a good combo. You can't say that's a good combo. That's a good teacher quirk. You can relate to more students in a way. The button just has to randomly throw out there. Xavier has an irrational fear of urinals. Why? What the fuck? Why did you have to say that, Button? You could have let Xavier say that fear on the second date or third date. You just had to be like, first date, he's scared that he's gonna get pushed into a urinal while pissing. Like, that's not an ideal thing to say, Button. That seems like the Button seems like the kind of kid to purposely spread misinformation on the internet, because it'd be fun, but don't do it. I will advise you not to do it, just for the sake of my own mental and everybody else on the internet. Do not spread misinformation. But yeah, the Button is definitely the kind of person in those memes where they just do that malicious smile and grin because they spread misinformation, of course. And then not even a minute later, 30 seconds, 10, 20 seconds ago, later, my bad, the Button, it says, do you have good hygiene? I put beer conditioner in today. Cool. Man's got an actual beer. He's looking nice, right? Girl says I have a sensitive sense for smell. Button is like, sniff each other. Go on, sniff each other. Button, this is not the most ideal thing to say on a speed dating show. So the reasons of you saying this, other than the girl saying she has a sensitive sense of smell, is odd, to say the least. They smell each other. And me, it's just like he has to get up, awkwardly walk around, bend over, bend over his head and make sure she smells him. It's not horrible. It's not a bad part. I'm probably tripping over nothing, but it's, my social anxiety could never, the malicious thoughts and intrusive thoughts brewing inside my head are probably the Button. Anyways, that is actually it. I will see you guys later or whenever I do see you. Peace.